Hey everybody, this is Linda with Ink Stamp and Scrap, and we're going to get started in just a couple minutes. Hey everybody, this is Linda. How are you? Hope everybody's having a really good week. It's Tuesday and it's time for us to do some stamping together. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please take a moment to click that subscribe button and make sure you ring the notification bell so you know every time that I post a new video. I do post more than just my live during the week, so make sure that you do that so you find out exactly when I post my videos. All right, so let's get started. Today we are going to work with the Little Delights stamp set, and this is one of my favorites from the holiday catalog because it gives you so much variety. It takes you all the way from Halloween to Christmas, and it also includes a thank you and a birthday. So it's really an all occasion stamp set that you can use for a very long time. Excuse me. All right. So let me switch you over and turn the camera down so you can see what's going on. There we go. All right. So this is the stamp set that we're going to work with today. And like I said, it takes you all the way. You've got two Halloweens, two Christmases, and then You're Such a Blessing. Really could be any all occasion that you like, as well as obviously for Thanksgiving. And then you have your thank you and your birthday, and a bunch of little images to go with it. So today, what we're going to do is make this cute little box. Decide where I'm going to put that. We're going to make this cute little box to give to anybody. I actually will show you how to make the belly band, but it's not one of those where you have to slide the belly band off in order to open the box. Let me show you what I made, and we're going to make a version of these cards. So these are using all the in colors that were introduced with the new catalog. Let me move this over because we don't need it quite yet. So the box goes right there. And let's see if I can make it so it doesn't reflect. There we go. Now you don't have any reflection. All right. So we have a thank you card, and I used the peach. It's a peach designer series paper along with the pale papaya color. And then for Christmas, I used the Tree designer series paper along with the evening evergreen. For Halloween, we used Fresh Freesia along with the cute Halloween designer series paper. And all of these you can see I've added some jewels to each and every one of them. This one, I used the artistic designer series paper with the pink passion. No, pink passion is from years ago, with the polished pink ink for the birthday card. And last but not least, I used the soft succulent ink along with a strip of designer paper from the Harvest Meadow package. All right, but the thing that I like you to take away from this is how easy it is to create one of these boxes. I'm going to give you all the dimensions, and then in about an hour, there'll be a download on my website that you can pull right off You can rewatch this video and have all the dimensions anytime you need them. Because if you, well, let me pull them out and just show you. Every card, this center panel, this white panel is the same. The colored panel size is the same. The designer series paper was cut 2 different ways. And then this is just your standard 11 by 4 1/4 piece of basic white cardstock, a full sheet cut in half, scored in the center and folded. So every card has the same basic layout. I just kind of turned things around. Sometimes I centered them. Sometimes they were off center. We're going to talk about second generation stamping to get some multiple colors. So a lot of good basics for today. Hey, Sue, thanks for joining me. All right. And like I said, the belly band on here is not necessary to keep the box closed or anything. So when you make this for yourself, you don't even have to worry about the belly band staying loose. If it's easier for you, you could actually put some adhesive on the back side of the belly band and just leave it there. I just made it so they could slide it off if they wanted to. And you've got this cute little tag from Tailored Tags that we'll also add. All right, I think I've run through all the fun things that we're going to use. So let's get started here. So the cards themselves, let's go layer by layer. The cards themselves are 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, folded, and burnished with your bone folder. So let me do that real quick. We need 5 of them. We're going to make 1 with each of the in colors. I'm just going to change up the way the paper that we're using this time, because one common comment that I get is when I do stuff and I use lots of different products, it's a little hard to recreate. And the box that I just showed you uses 5 different packages of designer series paper, and that's sometimes a challenge if you're trying to copy exactly the way that I did it. So what we're going to do this afternoon is we're just going to use 1 package of designer series paper. So instead of the paper having the theme of the card, it's simply going to echo the color of the ink and the stamped images. All right, so we have our 5 note cards. I'm going to set them here because we are going to grab them again fairly quickly, but I do need to get my other layers. All right. So let me show you. Got my tag ready to go. Let's cut our Whisper White cardstock. Oh goodness, basic white. It's going to take a while to get used to that. So the white layers that are actually stamped on are all 3 by 4 1/4. So you actually get 6 out of a full sheet of cardstock. So I'm going to cut this in half at 4 1/4, and then I'm going to cut it at 3, and that will give me 6 panels with a little bit of leftover, in case I happen to not quite stamp right. Let's see. All right, so 3. So my schedule is going to be a little wonky coming up because we are going to start traveling again. A video will always post on Tuesday, but for the month of September, the videos may or may not be live. Definitely next week I will be doing just a premiere, and probably for the next few weeks because we are doing a fair amount of traveling. Where, you ask? Well, we are going to San Diego to visit our daughter, and then we are going to go to, where's next? San Diego. Then we're going to go to South Carolina and visit Savannah because we've never been there. Then we are going to go to, oh, in between that, we're going to the Alabama-Florida game, cheering for Alabama. And then we're going to South Carolina to visit Savannah because it's a place that we haven't seen yet and it's easy to get to. And then we're going to go up to New York to see our son, and Connecticut and visit our friends. And that's all one trip. So we are super busy, and all of that only takes us to October 9th. So we have a lot to get done between September 10th when we leave and the the 9th when we return. That's why even next week will be a premiere, because I'm just trying to record and get things staged for you guys so you'll have plenty to see. I know this time of year is when you like to start getting your holiday. I don't want to stamp. I want to stamp. As you start getting your holiday cards ready, and I want to be able to feed you with lots of ideas, even if I am on the road. So that's the plan. I will also be doing my 12 weeks of Christmas, which starts the first Friday in October. If you're new here, that is my program where you get a free tutorial every week during the 12 weeks leading up to Christmas. In order to get those tutorials, you need to be on my email list, and there is a link below this video. And if you're on my blog, there's also a link on the sidebar to get this to come up. All right, I need scratch paper. All right, who knew scratch paper was so challenging? All right, so this is a piece of the large grid paper. Usually on my videos, I try to use the 6x6, but that's okay. So what I need this for is my second generation stamping. I'm actually just gonna put this right here. So for all of the images, we're gonna do second generation, which means that you ink it up and you stamp once, and then you go to your project. I'm actually gonna do third generation because Evening Evergreen is so dark, and I think it looks just fine that way. So there is the focal point for our Evening Evergreen card. All right, and then the Fresh Freesia card is going to be a Halloween card. So we are, oops, oh, I got some on my fingers. Okay, I'm gonna have to be really careful. All right, so we are going to do the greeting in full ink, and this time I'm gonna go right in the middle with this. No, this time I'm gonna go this way. So I'm gonna go down here still. And then there are bats to go with this. And I'm gonna stamp them off and add them up there. And they have little stars, which is really cute. Super duper cute. Let's see, when we go to Savannah, take one of the bus tours with the actors. It's so fun. All right, good advice. I've actually been reaching out to people to find out what we should see and where we should go. Okay, so that's Fresh Freesia. Soft Succulent is going to be our Thanksgiving card with our blessings phrase. I'm going to do that one vertical as well. There we go. You're such a blessing. And for that, we're going to use the leaf bundle. I'm going to stamp that off, and then I'm going to add it right here, right there. Okay. Then polished pink is going to be our happy birthday, and I'm going to do that landscaped or horizontal, whatever way your brain sees it. All right, so again, we're going to go full ink with the birthday wishes, and then we're going to stamp off our hat. Hope that I don't get that line when I add the birthday hat up here. I didn't. Yay. All right. We're getting there. One more. Pale papaya. That's going to be the thank you. I did discover with the pale papaya, because it's such a light color, that it does work better to not do the second generation stamping with this one. I just think you can see it better. So I'm going to do thank you down here. And for those of you that are new to the craft, the reason that I'm stamping all these at an angle is because then I don't have to worry if they look straight or not. Because if you're going for perfectly straight freehand, it's a little challenging to do. I actually think I'm going to come down here with this one. There we go. All right. And for this one, I need a little more. There we go. Okay. But I wanted to keep it all over to this side. All right, so that is all of our stamping, albeit I have a lot of stamps to clean when the video is over. Oh, actually, no, we have the belly band to stamp too. Might as well do that. So the belly band is 11 inches by 2 inches and 11 inches by 1.5. And then we're going to layer these together, but we'll do that after we get everything else going here. So I'm going to do the pale papaya on the front again. I think I'm just going to do kind of an up and down going thing here. I'm going to go more diagonal as I'm holding this and just work my way across. Sometimes this is called the wallpaper method. Sometimes it's one sheet wonder, although usually that's when you stamp an entire sheet of cardstock in a pattern and then you chop it up into all sorts of different pieces to use on projects. At any rate, there we go. The whole thing is covered and now my stamping is complete. So let's layer up these cards. Remember I said every card has basically the same configuration. Don't need this right now. So, and I can set this aside. All of our white 3 by 4.25 layers have a corresponding 3.25 by 4.5 matching cardstock. So this one was stamped in pale papaya, so we are going to layer it on the pale papaya. Oh, and just to give credit where credit is due, I was trolling for ideas for you guys, and I stumbled upon this cute idea from another demonstrator named Brian, and I will be sure to give him credit below. He did it a little bit differently, used different colors, but it is basically the same idea. Oh, looks like I cut that one a little short, but it will still work. Okay. Hopefully the rest of these are okay. I realize I don't think I have another box out because I was so concerned with getting you guys all the cardstock. All right, let's see. Yeah, Sue, that would be great. If you want to look up the tour that you took and just send me a text or an email, that'd be awesome. I would appreciate it. All right. It looks like this one is just a tiny bit short as well. Guess I had a little mental lapse when I was prepping for this. But we'll do okay here. All right, let me pick that up. Last one. That one looks perfect. So you just never know. All right, so there we go. Now we have all 5 of these. And now we need to cut down our designer series paper and then we'll finish off our cards. So every year, the designer series paper, there are packages of 6x6 that come with families of color. And this is this year is no different. This year, these are the designs for the 6x6 paper, and this is the bundle for this particular color family. So I'm just going to lay these out and kind of on the fly decide which I want to go with what. I think I'm going to do that for the birthday, although it is pink, so we can kind of go a little more flowery. And then for Christmas, I think we'll do those guys. For the thank you, let's see let's do some squares. And then for Halloween, do I have plaid? Oh, I do. I'm going to do some plaid. And for Thanksgiving, I think we're going to stick to that. All right. So the two ways that these panels get cut is they are either 5.5 by 2.25 or 3 by 4.25. So let me cut two one each way so you can see how these work. Grab my cutter, stack these guys back up. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Nancy. Greetings to you as well. All right, so we'll start with the thank you. So it's going to go on the card landscape. So I'm going to go ahead on this one. I'm going to do the one that's 4.25 inches tall and 3 inches wide. I found this to be the easiest way to do this is once I did my stamping, I just kind of partnered these up and then I put them all on the card. Ooh, I really missed on this one. Ooh, okay, well, it's going to look more like the cards when you do the twist. All right. All right, so for the Christmas one, even though it's going the same way, I'm going to do the wider. So I'm going to make it 5.5 by 2.25. So since this is 6 by 6 paper and I don't want to waste much, I'm going to do my 2.25 first, and then I'm going to go over and do my 5.5. There we go. So this one is going to be like that. Then for my trick or treat, I want to have a lot of the plaid showing. So I am going to come out and do the 4.25 by 3. So again, to maximize the use of my cardstock, I'm going to cut it at the 3 and then the 4.25. So this time, I'm going to go this way. So it's going to be 3 by 4.25. And then this one will go the other way. We'll do just a skinny one to the top. So we'll do 2.25 by 5.5. Now there's no like religion to the dimensions that I'm giving you for the designer series paper. So if you want it to be bigger, you certainly can. I just thought these dimensions worked well, and you could just play with them as you'd like to. And then let's see, for this one, I've done let's see, where is the landscape one? So I did a skinny one and I did a wide one. So we'll just go back and do the skinny one again. So the skinny one is 2.25 by 5.5. Oh, good. I'm glad you got your order today, Nancy. Now you have lots of fun stuff to play with. All right. So this one is going to go that way. All right. So let's get all of this tucked away. And this will end up in my scrap bag. And I can see I have ink literally everywhere, and we're about to use white. So I'm going to grab just grabbing a baby wipe and cleaning off my hands because I can see the pink and the green getting everywhere. All right, and while I was wiping my hands, I also grabbed the boxes, so we are good to go. I do not believe I'm cutting anymore, but you just never know. So let's see how we're due here. Now I'm going to bring my cards back in, and we're going to assemble each of these. We're going to start with the designer series paper. The other thing that I do with the designer series paper, just for consistency, is, ooh, that's kind of thick, is that I put it in the middle every time. So I put it in the middle on the panel that I'm going to use. Let's see how this doesn't cover that. Okay, well, we're going to go a little bit high with the birthday. I can see that right now. All right, so I'm centered with my polished pink layer, and then I'm going to take my dimensionals just to give it a little pop, and I'm going to add a few of these. And then I can see that little stray mark of ink. So I'm going to cover it by moving this over just a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered. We might do one or two of them that way, but this one we're going to do like that. Then we're going to grab a few of the in color jewels that match. I like to make a triangle. We can vary the sizes. Because an odd number just seems to work. And there we go. Our first card is complete. I'm going to put that right there. And let's bring in the next one. So now we're going to do the Thanksgiving style card. It's going to go this way. I'm going to center my designer series paper again. And then after I do that, I'm going to put my stamped layer on with dimensionals. So I can imagine taking these as a hostess thank you gift to a party instead of being like everybody else and who walks in with wine. You could take these for that. You could also use these for teacher gifts. You could use them for welcome to the neighborhood gifts. The only thing I might do is pretty soon I would remove the Halloween one and just maybe add a birthday one in a different color. But you could certainly do that. Oh, wait, I need my jewels. Um, and this style of project you could do all year round because you could just do thank you cards inside if you wanted to. They don't always have to be a mixture of different holidays. All right, there's my Thanksgiving one. Now let's do Halloween. So this one is going to go this way. Oh, wait, it is. The card is going to go that way, but the layer needs to go like that. Is this a little short? It looks like it is. Okay, so I'm just going to even it out in the center because it looks like it cut just a little short. And that's okay. As long as it's centered, it looks good. Then we're going to put our dimensionals on and move this one around a little bit. I can tell you that over the next few weeks, you're going to get lots of mass producing style Christmas card ideas because we are headed into September, which is when you really need to be thinking at least what is that card going to look like? And if you need any help with that, please get in touch because that is one of my favorite things to do is design cards. So give me a call or shoot me an email and let me know that you'd like to get in touch actually physically or virtually, and we can plan out your Christmas card or holiday card, whatever you happen to be making this year, or both. All right, so we're going to go this way with this one, and it's going to There we go. So we're centering it again. And this time I'm going to bring this one down here. Oh, nope, dimensionals. 5 or 6 works just fine. I found myself varying on the last set I made too. Oh, that's really sweet. Nancy she gave the cards to a shut-in to give her something to communicate with. I think that's awesome. Yeah, there is no end to the people that need some greeting cards these days, which is why it's so fun to be a card maker right now. All right, last one. This looks like it's a little off on the fold. So I'm going to do this, and then we'll fix that. Okay. That up. There we go. And then you can see that it's a little bit off. So I'm going to use my bone folder and just fix it a little bit. Much better. Now we'll put dimensionals on here, and it'll be good as new. Wow, Nancy, you sent 140 cards. I haven't done that many in a long time. I found over the last few years I enjoy doing smaller batches of varying cards for the holiday. I like that you're keeping the post office in business. All right, this one I'm going to just center and center for a little something different. And then we're going to use the pale papaya jewels on this one. All right, there we go. Okay, so we have our 5 cards. I'm going to close up my glue because we're going to use tear and tape for the assembly of the belly band. We don't need those right now. And I'm going to get all of these out of here before they end up all over the floor. Okay, so now let's put the box together. Here is my recommendation. I have found that I like doing this with these boxes. The first thing I do is I take my tear and tape and I put it on one side, the side that's going to tuck in, and this becomes the bottom of the box. And the reason that I do that is because these acetate boxes are wonderful for storage, but if you use them a lot, they tend to loosen up just a little bit. So I have found that by doing this, it makes it so that it doesn't loosen up, because now one end is always sealed and it just makes sure that all your stuff stays in there. Can't do it to both ends or nobody will be able to get anything out. And then I just crease everything down. And then this is going to go, I'm going to fold it in just to show you how this is going to work. If I put it in here, the tape is going to stick, and then what I'm inserting in here, it'll push it up. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the release paper off. And I'll insert that again. And I'm careful to kind of squeeze this so this rounds up, and that way you can tuck this in without it sticking before you want it to. Okay, so what happened there? Oh, I see. Okay. It is a little forgiving because it's plastic on plastic. So you can kind of work it where you want it to be. And then I just take your pick tool and kind of run it along there. Sometimes the bone folder works better. You just need something to get in there and push on that. And if all else fails, I use my hand. There we go. And you just want to try to be careful to not get your fingerprints on it. Sliding your hand in isn't going to mess it up too much. It's the squeezing it in different spots. But now it's stuck. It's not going to open on this end. It's only going to open up here, which is what we want. All right, so let's finish this off. We have our 5 greeting cards, and I'm going to keep the thank you to the front so that it kind of coordinates with the belly band. So we're going to slide these in. You got to be careful with the jewels. Sometimes they stick on one another. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the envelopes. and get those in too, and I'll just make it a little easier. 1, 2, 3. So I'm putting 5 envelopes and 5 cards in. I just want to show you that it does fit. And I like to put the envelopes on the back side with the flap showing so they know they have envelopes. I seem to have missed this corner. Let me get my ruler. All right, so let's get under here. Push that up. There we go. Nope, it's gonna fight me. Did this over and over again with no trouble, and this time it's gonna fight me. All right, I'm gonna take these out and see if I can repair this real quick. I see what's going on. I just don't know if I can get into the corner. I know I'm a little off camera, sorry, but trying to make this work. There we go. All right, I think that's better. Try again. But 5 cards and 5 envelopes fits perfect when you can get, there we go. There we go. All right. So now we can close this up. And again, you just want to bend it really well and then close it up. And then I'll show you how you can put the belly band around. And I'm going to do it a little different this time, just to give you other options. Okay, I do like the envelope flap to show, but sometimes it can be a little challenging. All right, there we go. Flap showing, box done. Let's get this going. All right, so I am going to layer these two together. When you're making it for the first time, if you're not sure and you're not comfortable doing that, that's fine. But I'm going to go ahead and layer these two together now. And then I'm only going to use the tear and tape once to put the whole belly band on here. All right. So my goal for the month of September is still to have 3 videos a week going up. The schedule might vary a little bit, so you'll have to have a little patience with me. But the Tuesday at 2 o'clock video will still go up. It's just a matter of whether it's live or it's a video. That one will definitely happen. All right, so now we're going to wrap this around. I know that there are other people that I follow that score this, and it can be fairly consistent with the scoring, but I just like to freehand it because it always works. No, I don't like cutting off the crooked part. I just go with the flow. I have said for years, you're taking the time to make a handmade gift or card or whatever, and people genuinely do appreciate that you just do this for them. Okay, I'm going to fold that end under. And there we go. Tear that off. And now we can secure this. But I told you that it's not really a belly band that requires, what's the word I'm looking for? This belly band isn't going to have to move so you can open the box. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So this time we're going to secure it on both ends. And I'm actually, now that it's kind of scored, going to put a piece right here to really hold it on, just so you can see the difference and decide which style you like for yourself. So I'm taking all the release paper off, but I'm going to be very careful to lay this on the front first and then fold in the 2 sides. So I'm going to lay this on the front. I've already got my score marks, and I already did it wrong. Okay. Nope, I didn't. Oh, I didn't miss. Yay. Okay, I was going to lay it down a little more gently than that. I just hit it. Okay, and now I'm going to fold this one in and then carefully line up my seams and fold that one in. So now this really is going nowhere. But remember, the box opens at the top and you can slide everything out with no worries at all. I'm going to put my tag on there, although this time I'm not going to sign it for anything. I'm going to make a quick little bow here with my 10-second bow maker. There is a link below the video if this is something that you would like to get. Let me flip this around. All right. I think we're going to get this video in before they start construction again. They were hammering like crazy earlier. I was really hoping that their break would last long enough for us to get done. All right. So I'm taking a glue dot and I'm putting the center of the bow right there. And then I'm going to put the center of the bow to cover the hole. And the advantage is that the glue dot comes through, and then I can just put this right here. So now this is ready, kind of like a stack of cards. You could make a bunch of these as gifts ready to go. You could sign them when you're ready to take them somewhere. And there you go. So thank you very much for watching today. Let me pop myself back in. Thanks so much for watching today. I really appreciate you coming here. If you are in Team Replay, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. I'm truly interested in what you guys have been creating lately because it does give me ideas as to what I can plan for future videos. So once again, I'm Linda with Ink Stamp and Scrap. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure that you subscribe and everyone should click the notification bell so you know every time I post a new video. Have a crafty day.